Hey guys, this is J7J bringing you a Tactics Ogre video on 10 tips to help you out in your regular playthrough of the game. This will apply mostly to the PSP remake of Let Us Cling Together and the upcoming remaster called Tactics Ogre Reborn, whether it be through the main story and some battles in the game. Now, there might be some minor spoilers in the clips shown in this video, so I recommend just listening to the audio. Let's get started. For my number one, it would be to save often and to have multiple save files. Most of the character dialogue choices you make can greatly impact the game, from the characters you can recruit, the story, and even the ending. Even missing one thing can ruin your chances. Some battles are also really tough, and certain areas can even potentially softlock you. Yes, I'm aware of Coda, but that is only unlocked after you beat the main story, and it requires you to backtrack. For my number two, it's checking the wear-in report often. If you want to know some of the backstory of the characters, read their bios, check out current and past events, things like game stats, time played, and etc., this is for you. Also, reading certain talks are required to unlocking certain characters and much more in the game. Number three, it's using tarot cards. They have several uses. After killing an enemy, their corpse has a chance to be replaced with one. Picking up the cards can be beneficial as they can permanently increase your stats ever so slightly. However, check out and do research on which stats they will increase or possibly decrease before moving your unit over them. Some might think these are a waste of time, but over the course of the game, if you consistently collect them, the stat growth will ultimately pay off. Tarot cards can also be used as items to buff your characters and debuff your enemies, which can be handy. My fourth tip is to make use of the Chariot Tarot. If you want to undo a turn in battle or go back several turns, some people will say that it's cheating! It's cheating! But this is a great way to correct your mistakes and change the tide of battle in your favor. Absolutely nothing wrong with using it. For number five, don't be afraid to retreat from regular battles if you don't want to grind or just not in the mood. Battles in this game can be long, especially if there are over 20 enemies on the battlefield. Don't feel bad, there's always the option to retreat. My sixth tip is to take a look at the turn order of who is going to take the next action as well as future actions. This is very useful and handy, and you can think about what to do for future turns. For number seven, I recommend grinding if the battle is getting difficult. Also, to focus fire on one enemy at a time and the main target if you can. In many battles in Tactics Ogre, you only have to finish off the main target. For the eighth tip, it's equipping anatomy on everyone. The vast majority of the enemies you face are humans, and having extra damage versus them is amazing. For the ninth tip, it's equip specific weapon skills if you want to do more damage down the line. For example, if you want to equip a one-handed katana, also equip the skill because it will increase your damage with it. There are also weapon levels that will not only eventually increase your damage as you level them up, but you can also learn weapon finishing moves. And when you equip a different weapon type, don't forget to equip the skill for it as well. Last but not least, for number 10, you have the option before a battle starts to readjust your equipment, change your class, and so on. Remember to do this or adjust accordingly. These are my tips when playing Tactics Ogre. I only got into this game this year, but I used all of these when beating the main story, Coda, and even Palace of the Dead. Even though I have a background of being a Final Fantasy Tactics player, Heroes of the Storm Master, and Diamond League player, Tactics Ogre is just a whole different beast on its own. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Leave that like, comment, any other tips you have for other players, and subscribe as it helps me out a ton, and it's good for your soul. Thank you again for watching. Have a great one.